Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So obviously Worlds is right around the corner. I'm very hyped up. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are as well. But one of the coolest and honestly most important parts at the end of the day of the World Championship, especially for some of the teams that are kind of in the middle of the pack, some of the teams that are on the fringe, a lot of North American teams that I, enjoy and root for. The World's group draw matters a ton. Deciding what group you're going to get in, it gets people hyped up, it gets people excited. So today I wanted to do my own little simulation of the 2021 World Group Draw. We're going to go through the play-ins, then we're going to go through the main stage. Obviously it's a different style of video for me. I tried setting some stuff up. I hope this works out well. Hopefully it makes for a good video. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. I thought it sounded like a good idea. Obviously that's why I'm sitting down and recording it. So yeah, definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. With that being said, let's get right into this one. This is, I don't even remember. I don't know the exact day the World Group Draw is going to happen. I know it got like announced this morning. I didn't look at it yet. I've been at work all day, but I still wanted to do this. I was so excited. So let's hop into this. In the bottom left-hand corner here, you guys do see a number. This is a random number generator that I have pulled up in the background that we're actually going to be using to help us pick these groups. So let's start with the play-ins. Here is the play-ins. We actually have the pool 1 teams. There's going to be 2 teams from each pool, 2 pool 1 teams in each group, and then 3 pool 2 teams in each group. Pool 1 we have C9, LNG, Beyond Gaming, Hanwha Life, and in pool 2 we have Unicorns of Love, Infinity, Galatasaray, Red Canids, Detonation Focus Me, and Peace. I'm not sure if exactly all those team name codes are exactly right. I don't really care. I would assume Red Canids is not red, but we're going to keep it that way. The one Brazilian guy out there, I'm sorry. But with that being said, here we go. Let's get into this group draw. So we're going to start out with picking the pool 1 teams. The first 2 numbers that come up, it's going to be Cloud9 is 1, LNG is 2, Beyond Gaming is 3, and Hanwha Life is 4. The top 2 teams that get picked, they're we'll alternate. We'll go, the first one's going to be on the left side, second one's on the right side. We'll alternate back and forth. Let's see what this random number generator has for us. In the first pool, we have LNG. This is going to be on the left, so let me scoot this over here. On the first I'm going to delete this pool 1 now since we know what's going on here. On the left side we have LNG as our first team selected. Hopefully this thing worked. Can you guys see the 2? Yes, you guys can see the 2. Awesome. This is a little bit scuffed. We're going to make it work. The next team going to the other side, to the other group, is going to be number 1, Cloud9. So these are what the groups are looking like right now. Obviously now we just have 3 and 4 left. It's either going to be Beyond Gaming or Hanwha Life. We have number 4 going to the left side. So LNG and Hanwha Life getting placed in the same group in this I Am Germ simulation, which obviously means we have Beyond Gaming going to the other side. Now, those are the pool 1 teams. Again, in each group, the top 2 teams are going to make it out. The first team, actually 3 teams are going to make it out, but 2 are going to make it to the main stage. So the team that wins each group, I think it's a double round robin, team that wins each group automatically makes it to the main stage, and then the second and third team, or maybe the third and fourth team, this is how it is actually, the third and fourth team play a best of 5. The winner of that plays the number 2 team in a best of 5, and then the winner of that also goes to the main stage. So yeah, top two teams from each of these groups is going to end up making it to the main stage, because there's going to be 4 pool 4 teams making it to the main stage. So now we need 1 through 6. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to slot into these other groups. So let me get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6 slotted in there. Let's see who's going to the left. First up, we'll alternate left and right again. Number 1, we have Unicorns of Love headed over to this group. Kind of interesting there. What do we got next? We have number 5 going to the right, which is going to be Detonation Focus Me, getting that matchup against Cloud9 again. That'll be kind of interesting. Next up, we have number 2 going to the left, Infinity, over on this left side group. I got to probably scoot these guys up a little bit. I think we're kind of running out of room, but we're going to make it work. All right. Next up, we just knocked out 2. Now we have 3, 4, and 6 left. Number 6 is Peace going over to the right side here. And then the last 2 teams in each group. is going to be between 3 and 4. 3 going to the left, Galatasaray, and then Red Canids into this other group here with Cloud9. So this is what the groups look like. LNG, Hanwha Life, Unicorns of Love, Infinity, and Galatasaray on the left side. Cloud9, Beyond Gaming, Detonation, Focus Me, Peace, and Red Canids on the right side. I would definitely say Cloud9 is looking like they have the easier group here. I would expect Cloud9 and Beyond Gaming to get out of this group. Detonation, Focus Me is going to be kind of tough. But, you know, Peace and Red Canids, I think they're two of the weaker teams in the whole thing. I think Unicorns of Love is pretty weak as well. Galatasaray could be a little interesting, but LNG and Hanwha Life getting a matchup against each other, that one is definitely going to be interesting. But, you know, if we did simulate the groups, this is what one possibility would look like. Again, it's possible for two teams to make it out of each of these groups. So, again, Cloud9 and Beyond Gaming and LNG and Hanwha Life. Let's say they make it out. Let's say they are the 4 teams that do make it through play-ins like they're supposed to. And now we're going to go to the main stage. This is that World's main stage. We have the Pool 1 teams, EDG, Damwon, PSG Talon, now that the PCS actually has that Pool 1 seed, and Mad Lions. In the Pool 2, we have FPX, T1, TL, and Fnatic. Pool 3, we have RNG, Gen.G, 100 Thieves, and Rogue. And then in Pool 4, we have the 4 teams that we just got out of the play-in stage: LNG, Hanwha Life, Cloud9, and Beyond Gaming. Now, the interesting thing here is that obviously in the World's group stage, you can't have teams from the same region in the same group, so it does get a little messy. It does get, you know, a little ugly in terms of who can go where. So I'll try my best to work around that. I don't know all the stipulations. We will, you know, just start figuring it out as we go. I'm going to make these groups go from left to right so I can keep them in this order still. So we'll start out with Pool 1, see who is leading each of these groups. We'll go A, B, C, and D, and then we'll go from there. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who is going to be the leader of Group A? It is going to be number 2. That is Damwon Kia. So I'm going to bump EDG down. Damwon Kia is now the leader of Group A, and number 2 is eliminated. The leader of the next group is Group 4, Team 4. Mad Lions is going to be the leader of Group B, and now we have EDG and PSG left. Number 1 and 3. Number 3 is going to be PSG leading Group C, and that means EDG is going to be bumped down to Group D. These are what they are looking like. So now we have the heads of all of our groups. We're going to take the Pool 2 team from each of these groups. Remember, you can't have these teams from the same region, so Damwon cannot get matched up with T1. That's the only, you know, stipulation we have so far. Let's see what we got here. The team matchup with Damwon Kia in Group A is going to be number 4, Fnatic. Kind of an interesting draw there for them. We got to bump everybody else down one real quick. Move FPX on down, make them a little bit bigger on accident. Can I grab the team, please? Undo. Hold on. Technical difficulties, boys. All right, we're undoing. Gonna scoot them over. Gonna bring Fnatic up. Gonna bring FPX down. There we go. So we have Damwon Kia and Fnatic up in Group A. I believe, yes, Fnatic was Team 4. Now we have 1, 2, and 3 left. Next up is going to be number 3, which is TL in a group with Mad Lions. That is kind of an interesting one. Obviously, we have the NA and EU rivalry going on there. Now we just have 1 and 2 left. Hopefully this all works out. Hopefully these teams actually can go in. Next we have number 1, PSG in with FPX, and then EDG and T1. I don't see any issues here so far. We have everyone mixed up really, really well, but these are the top 2 teams. When we get into Pool 3 now, obviously I expect we're going to start running into more and more issues in terms of region, needing to split them up and everything, but again, we'll see that when it pops up. First, we have Team 2, Gen.G, which cannot go into Group A, so it's going to bump down to Group B. So it's going to be Mad Lions, TL, and Gen.G. They're going to be staying right where they were already. Now we'll get the next team here, Team 4, which is going to be Rogue, who are going to try and get placed into Group A. That is already taken, so they will now be placed into Group C with PSG Talon and FPX here. We still have RNG and 100 Thieves looking to be placed. I believe that RNG cannot go into Group D because EDG is there. So RNG will need to go into Group A, and 100 Thieves will need to go into Group D. That's looking like a tough one right now with EDG and T1. So now we have some Pool 4 teams. I will just pick the number, but again, I think a lot of this is already going to be predetermined, but we'll see how that goes. So number 1, we have LNG up in this group. That is already going to be taken by a Chinese team. So they're then going to slot into the second group here with Mad Lions, TL, Gen G, and LNG rounding out that one. So now we can knock out number 1. I believe Beyond Gaming was number 2. They're just kind of, or no, Hanwha Life was number 2. They're just kind of at the bottom now. Now, next up, we have number 3, which is Cloud9. They actually can go into this first group with Damwon, Fnatic, and RNG. So that is good. It's honestly hasn't been too bad so far in terms of teams not being able to go places. Finally, we have number 4, which is Beyond Gaming, but they cannot go into this group because of obviously PSG being in it. So they're going to go down to Group D. Hanwha Life is going to go into Group C, and we now have our official I Am Germ simulated group draw. I will move my head over a little bit so you guys can actually see. I know I'm halfway cut off, but this is what we were looking at. We have Group A, which is going to be Damwon Kia, Fnatic, RNG, and Cloud9. That is going to be a very, very fun one. Obviously, a really, really tough draw for Cloud9. That is not one you're going to want to see if you're an NA fan. But yeah, that's a ton of fun games. In Pool 2, we have Mad Lions, TL, Gen G, and LNG. Honestly, for Team Liquid, that's not a bad draw. Yes, Gen G is going to be tough, but Gen G and LNG getting 2 of the weaker Eastern teams in your group, this is like a dream draw for Team Liquid. You know, I don't really expect them to beat Mad Lions, but I mean, if you're a Team Liquid and you want to get out of groups, it looks like this might be as good as it gets. This looks like it's probably the easiest NA group that they got. Next up in Group C, we have PSG Talon, FPX, Rogue, and Hanwha Life. It's kind of funny that Rogue and Hanwha Life end up in the same group here because a lot of people were saying Rogue wasn't even going to make it out of play-ins or anything, and then now they're against the other team that people are saying might not make it out of play-ins. And then FPX and PSG, again, this is really a dream for any of these teams. None of them want to match up against FPX, but if you're PSG, you're so happy with Rogue and Hanwha Life. If you're Rogue, you're so happy with PSG and Hanwha Life. If you're Hanwha Life, you're so happy with PSG and Rogue. That's kind of like the group of life in this situation and scenario for sure. I would say Group A is the group of death. I don't know, but Group D is pretty tough as well. EDG, T1, 100 Thieves, and Beyond Gaming. EDG and T1 going to be big favorites to get out of that one. I'm now realizing that I actually messed up the NA part of this. I don't know why I had TL as the Pool 2 team. This is 100 Thieves and TL definitely should have been switched. So everything I said about TL, this is actually a dream draw for 100 Thieves. I'm not sure why I messed that up. I know I'm going to get a ton of comments about that now, but it's going to be funny, so I'm just going to leave it in. I'm not going to redo the whole thing because it just ends up being the exact same. But yeah, that all of a sudden looks like a very, very good draw for 100 Thieves. I think this also makes Group D a little bit more interesting because I personally do think that Team Liquid is going to perform better internationally than 100 Thieves. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting groups, but I'm very, very hyped up and excited for the World Draw. I just wanted to see what a simulation would look like. I wanted to see what some potential groups would look like, both for the main stage and for the play-ins, and I'm sure a lot of other people did as well. So again, this could go so many different ways. This is just me using a freaking random number generator that I Googled real quick. So, you know, don't read too much into it. And also, I definitely could have messed things up. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. I'm pretty sure I got everything right, but, you know, if I did it way wrong, I would not be shocked either at the end of the day. I was just kind of basing it off the 2020 World group draws and everything of how they got it all set up. But again, what do you guys think of these groups? Which group looks the best? Which group looks the easiest? Which group do you think would be the most interesting? What groups are you hoping for? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe, stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!